Hey, this is Eric. So I want to tell you about my friend Dubin. First of all, he's a total big kid who happens to be an awesome dad. Music is his life, but he can't play a note. Yet somehow, he's been the catalyst to an entire indie rock scene. Everyone knows him, and the bands wear t-shirts with his name on them. Depending on the day, he's a promoter, a graphic designer, a music manager, an award-winning video director, a record label owner, a radio show host, a TV producer. Oh yeah, and he's a killer photographer.
Sometimes it's like I'll just pretend one of them is what I do all the time because it's easier than the conversation of trying to explain. It's like, oh, well, you're a music photographer, right? I'm like, yep. Mm-hmm. I think music's played a really big role in my life. I've always been a fan of music. In high school, I kind of discovered the music scene on Long Island, and I fell in love with it right away. And I just remember like watching this band and being like, this is amazing. This band's from here and they play every weekend. And that was kind of what got me started on going to shows, I think. From then on, pretty much any show I went to, I was shooting bands and, you know, just kind of documenting everything that I enjoyed. Personally, like one of my favorite shots I've ever taken, the first show I ever shot with a real camera. I shot this Glassjaw show in like '96. And I have one picture from that show that's still probably in my top 10 favorite shots I've ever taken. And my work got into like album layouts and posters and stuff like that. So like I was never in a band, but I was always doing something artistic tied to music. I would basically do whatever I could do to be on the road so I could take pictures, because that's what I wanted to do, you know? So it's like with the Get Up Kids, I would go out and I would just document everything. I'd video, I'd take pictures, whatever. I would just always end up on James's side of the stage because he played keyboard, so it was like, there was always like a nook, and he's funny, so he'd make me laugh, and like, he would talk to me like in the middle of the song, like we'd just be hanging out. My friend had this idea, he's like, you should make James a shirt with an arrow that says, I'm with Dubin, and just have it point, because you're always over there. So I made James this shirt, because I thought it was a funny idea, whatever. And then some of our other friends in band saw them, and they're like, I want one of those. So I made like 5 of them. And then I ended up making like 5 more, and like this shirts just kind of started popping up wherever, and then like I realized like kids would buy them, which was really silly. My friend Tom was managing Brand New, and I kind of helped connect them. And then when he was up at K-Rock getting them added for a single, the music director was like, I want to do a local music show. Do you know anybody who could host? And Tom just threw my name out there. I had no radio experience at all. And from there, like, I ended up having a show on K-Rock for like 6 years. I was the only person on K-Rock programming their own show. It wasn't like anything else they had. Like I wasn't at K-Rock recording. I was recording in my house myself. And if we had bands on, the bands would come to my house and play in my office or in my kitchen or whatever. It was just fun. I am maybe partially a collector or a hoarder. But I'm not hoarding like dead cats in my fridge or anything fun like that. I have a lot of toys, I have a lot of records, I have a lot of sneakers. I would say it's probably like 200 pairs still, disgustingly enough. I'll show you Olivia's room's over here. Okay. Probably one of the biggest influences on just my life in general and the way I look at everything is my daughter. She just turned 6, and it's just like, she's like my best friend. She's awesome. Like, she's always loved music. When she turned 3, I got her this like completely like indestructible like digital camera, like you can throw it down the stairs. And like, she'll take her camera to shows with me, and like there's been times where like she's in the photo pit with me like taking pictures. I just enjoy taking pictures, you know? And when some of my friends who are now in bands that are bigger come through, like, I don't even want to shoot. Sometimes I just want to go and hang out. So sometimes I'll just like go down in the photo pit and I just take out my iPhone and I just start shooting like Instagram stuff. It's funny to me because there's this whole ordeal of like trying to get a photo pass if you don't know anyone to ask. And then it's like, if it's somebody you're friends with, like you can pretty much do whatever you want.